It's that time once again. We're seeing some more Data Live, and of course, nothing could be better than a war on three fronts. Having the airships at loggerheads and twins at a state of disarray. Really, I can't see anything going wrong, as long as Origami managed to hold her own. I don't see an easy way out of this, to be fair. So, it might be at least a few minutes before we get into the usual kind of dumb routines that Data Live likes to throw at us. Maybe not some cheap, somewhat sexualized jokes. And now, fully into the drama of it. A little bit more of that, please. Let's watch some more. Why do we have like a... Oh, it's a satellite. I was thinking, why do we have like a heartbeat monitor? Just go a bit above his station, declare an all-out attack. I'm sure they will understand, as long as he managed to take out the big enemy in front of them. Just fire in that vicinity. We have no idea if it's there or moved, but... I landed a hit. But... he doesn't seem too fussed. Why would they be doing that? And avoid systems. Well, at least he remains calm under pressure. I think because he's so renowned for breaking into, like... Actually, no, he likes being hit, doesn't he? Yeah. Can someone else be in charge, please? We're under fire. The acting lead is a moron. What are you to... Yeah, that's like my webcam, actually. He's a moron, but at least trust him a little. Great. What is she going to do? Without the TV at her beck and call, she'll have to go out and find her own entertainment. And how long is it going to be before we get introduced to that one with the crescent hairpin? I think... as long as there's no sustained damage, at least to the countryside or the other, classmates that are along for this trip, can most of it be covered up as just tectonic plate movements, natural gas explosions. Just don't look in the sky at those two ships. But I think we started this off as a school trip, and now you're getting into grander warfare and this task force that can, much like the ASDs actually, can just start attacking indiscriminately. Give Rep those exact words. They are far more alike than they realize. The fact that they are, stem from the same being. Speed and strength. Yeah. Those two combined will be unstoppable. Oh? Toka being incredibly observant. Well, now that she's shown her hand there, not going to be able to play around being the photographer. At 1 o'clock? I mean, give precise locations of where to direct their shields and whatnot. He has an eye for battle, doesn't he? Oh, that's the Bandersnatchers, is it? Well, she's not very berserkers. Well, she's not very good at her job then, if she's not expecting there to be spirits around. Instant transformation? Is that a new outfit? And if she was wrong, she'd be attacking just a normal schoolgirl. She has a pretty good life here that she doesn't want to give up. There's no way they're unarmed. Well, shit. She'll handle this herself. 1,000-degree knife. Is it a good idea for Toka to go rushing in, headlong into battle like that? So, well, you just believe in your acting commander. Well, can we leave a tiny little hole in the barrier, directly over him? As someone accustomed to receiving all sorts of blows, knowing where they come from at a moment's notice. I mean, they may be looking at him in a new light, but how long exactly is that going to last? Not even breaking a sweat. But what is the end goal here? What? The image itself shattering? That was a scream. Is Shido going to be able to interrupt at all. They're being a little rough there. I see. Taking past experiences and issues. Can you call those two in? Stop fighting for a second. We've got trouble down here. What was... Instant annihilation of those Bandersnatchers? What just occurred? Oh. He has a simulacrum of Sandalphon. And we just cut to white noise and static. The true villain of this. Bad signal. Well, I mean, now taking returning fire. How is it possible? Will you be able to respond in the same vein? What, all around cover? Yeah. Whereas they're probably foregoing any sort of protection to provide energy to the main armaments. Underestimating your opponents due to slights and pride. What, ramming speed? I mean, he has been absorbing powers. As close as a human as he thinks he can be. He doesn't know how to respond in kind, right? Okay. Please get off all fours. So this is just a bunch of classic sci-fi nonsense, redirecting powers from the main engines, put it into main cannon. It's fine. Well, he'll play it by ear. Okay. Now, which territory is going to win out? The just vast power, all-encompassing shield, or pointed like a needle, smaller area? Now, how many Bandersnatchers does she have left? I know like, at least 3 or 4 of them were taken down in an instant once he got the Sandalphon. Swift slice. Back to that. We've lost 6,001 hulls. Well, the next attack will be taken to the bridge. I see. So communications is still fine. And now, while she's distracted, while the Bandersnatchers can't operate at all, a sinkhole? First off, the fact she survived that one, great. Yeah, the greatest. What, just in the middle of the forest? You dug a hole like that and just left it be. They're the true criminals here. Well, they're just not going to go check to see if they've captured anyone in it? Just leave them to starve out? Huh. Yeah, but he's just still going to be the same masochist that we know, so can't give him too much credit. Is he going to, disrupt the sky itself? Right. Why won't it respond? Well, I mean, he cared for her too. Remember how much she was screaming when she was being accosted by the Bandersnatchers? I think the fact that she has so much trust in him to be himself and to control these powers, and then it's for the best. Is there a limit to what can be performed here? I mean, slicing through the heavens themselves, separating the clouds, letting the moon shine through. What better backdrop can you have? To hell he isn't. Don't go, deciding things by yourself? Does it work like that? Are we going to end up with a split personality Yamai at the end of this? And vice versa. It is quite the voice acting, the strain in it, trying to reach through to them both. Third to him? I mean, there's probably several other options as well, but they do seem like the main ones. I mean, just look at what he's been through already and been able to achieve. Is this where he admits he's not entirely sure if he is fully human now? At least, give him the chance to test it. That's as far as he goes today. But if a mere human could not have such power, what the hell just happened? But with this glimmer of hope given to them that they can both make it out of this one, So why not just take this chance, see what happens? Like you said, if it doesn't work, there's always the back to the fighting. And neither of them will let them anywhere close to either of them. I do like this slow coverage of the clouds as they converge once again after the power of the Sun form has run out. Well, if they can't agree to be one person, of course they can't agree to pay the tab properly. In the pain and strain and stress of it all, they've been going through so much while trying to fight for the other. What's with the jet engine sound? Ah. That. Let alone... What? We're on crash course on the... Okay. So they're, yeah, foregoing any sort of subterfuge or subtlety. Let's see the berserkers at play. I mean, compared to this, if they can take down the ship and the Bandersnatchers like this, Tolka, even in a weakened state, being held by like 3 of them is quite a power difference. The fact that you were following it all the way through the ship, what, to the other side? It's back! And she's missed it. Well, you just have to rewatch it. Oh? So the disruption to the control room. Saved Origami in that moment. And yet, is there a way of doing that outside of the ASTs? Can she find a strength for herself? Right now, just let them have a early night. Try and get some rest at least. Just don't do anything suspicious. If they're putting their trust into him, a little gratitude never hurts. Maybe an apology or two for everything they've put him through so far. I mean, it's the key to the power. Yeah, it was all his fault. Yeah. They could never get married. I mean, as soon as we hear that little ditty and tune, we know that something dumb is about to occur. She can return now. Oh, clawed the way out of the little pitfall trap. Draw out the power of her spirit. Also, if we can have humans obtaining the power of spirits, you can tell that there's going to be those out there wanting to get it for themselves. And the fact they now get to co-owners get to live out their dreams of being students. Is there going to be anything left of him soon? But is there also a limit to the amount of spirit powers that he can actually absorb before it becomes a little too much for him? Human or not, there should be like an upper limit of how much power he can hold without, well... But they have lucked out so far. Having the Bandersnatchers being taken down by the surprise summoning of the Sandalphon, and then the control room stopping the movement of the rest of them. How long is it going to be before time gets involved once again? So it's been on the edge of it this season. Reporting to the higher-ups. Already. So it was... So it was always expected that he can bring out this sort of power, just not so soon. I mean, understandable. We kind of knew that there'd at least be some people out there aiming for that kind of finalization. Is she going to swap over to her white hair ties? They've been training him up to be able to seal away the spirit powers with apparently the knowledge that he too will soon be able to possess them. What was the plan there? Was it always that at some point he's going to have to be dealt with? Currently, as long as he doesn't destroy half the world and pull out space quakes of his own, I'm not sure what the rush is to deal with this growing trouble of being able to summon his own angel. See, when it tries to be serious, Date Live is a decent show. I do like the dumb elements to it. It really kind of perks up a little. Just when it goes a little over the top, like we saw a few episodes back, it's a little uncomfortable. Having the storyline of the two sisters wishing for their each other's safety, well-being, and future while sacrificing their own. Obviously, it was going to come down to it of there's a way to save both of them. But it was a nice tale of them both. And having the air battle reach its point like this, where we actually have some characters risen up a little in our estimations, warranted or not. What better way to know how to deal with combat and attacks like that than, well, someone that wishes for them, really. But knowing that Ratatoskr is a known entity out there, and there are ones wishing to take it down, and it would be some sort of glory to them if they can, or it's just because of hurt feelings and pride and wanting to have a step up, etc. Their tactics weren't amazing, were they? Fire. Oh, that didn't work. Fire again. Oh, that didn't work either. Fire again. Oh, they seem to be getting better at this. Ram. And with that big attack to take down the ship at the end, I did expect them to do something flashy to, like, annihilate all of the Bandersnatchers or something, which would then put Tok'ra to shame. But no, the one singular piercing bolt through the ship, that suits my estimations actually for the rest of it. It keeps it all in line while actually showing something impressive. Well done. Now all we need to do is continue on with the school life. Try and attend lessons while having four girls pulling at his arms. Or 5 if we have Kurumi involved. The classroom sure is going to be busy for a while. But that's Date Live. If you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to make sure not to miss out, make sure to jump onto my Discord for any notifications or updates. Or to find out if I've also fallen into a pitfall somewhere. Just make sure that I can see you for the next one. For some reason, my patrons have decided to fight for me, and though I don't need recombining into one grand entity, my channel really does need some help, so I need to thank Noku, Sal, Guado, Kite, M.O, Ruben Filamawa, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. For if it wasn't for you, let alone being abducted by Bandersnatchers, I don't think I'd be able to avoid even a hole in the ground.